Hi friends, so I am not able to be there today, but you're going to still be doing the same exact thing as if I was going to be there. So we're going to be talking about fruits and vegetables and kind of figuring out how you can tell the difference between fruits and vegetables. So the video that you're about to watch is going to show you the difference between the two, and then it's going to kind of shock you a little bit because some things that you thought were vegetables, scientifically they are actually fruits. So they're kind of considered both. Okay, so let's watch that video, and then after that video we'll talk about it a little bit.
Taking care of our plants at the fort is one of our favorite things to do. And the best part is, sometimes we get to eat what we grow. We grow lots of plants, including vegetables like lettuce and carrots, and fruits like blueberries and tomatoes. Yeah, you heard me right. According to scientists who study plants called botanists, both blueberries and tomatoes are actually kinds of fruit, even though a lot of people call tomatoes vegetables. But how do we know the difference between fruits and vegetables? It can be tricky, but if we learn a little bit about how plants grow, we can make a pretty good guess. So let's start with how plants start. Seeds. When a young new plant begins to grow from a seed, it pushes its roots deep into the soil and stretches its stem and leaves up towards the sun. Sometimes the roots, stems, leaves, and flower buds of a plant are edible, which means we can eat them safely. And we call all of these edible plant parts, including unopened flowers, roots, stems, and leaves, vegetables. Check out this popular favorite, the carrot. If you look at a carrot as it's growing, you can see its leaves and stem grow above the soil. The part that we usually eat grows down in the ground. That's right, the carrot is a root. And since it's a root that we can eat, it's a vegetable. All right, now what about fruit? The fact is, every fruit starts with a pretty blooming flower. Flowers not only look and smell nice, they also do something really important for the plants that make them. They help plants reproduce. When a living thing reproduces, it makes more of itself. And plants that make flowers reproduce by making seeds. In flowering plants, a seed starts to form in a special part of a flower, which begins to swell as the seed gets bigger. A lot of the time, this part of the plant keeps growing around the seed to protect it. Eventually, the flower falls off, and the swollen part of the plant that's left behind becomes what you and I know as a fruit. So, if it's an edible plant part like a root, stem, leaf, or unopened flower bud, it's a vegetable. If it's part of a flowering plant that has a seed in it, it's a fruit. So, do you think you can guess whether what we're growing in the greenhouse is a fruit or a vegetable? Let's go for it. We'll start with a delicious plant that's super good for you, spinach. What do you think spinach is, a fruit or a vegetable? A vegetable is right. Spinach is a leaf. If we take a look at the spinach plant, we can see that it has roots to hold it in the ground, and that its leaves are held up by a stem. Good job. How about a cucumber? What do you think, fruit or vegetable? Right, a fruit. If we look at a cucumber plant, we see it has roots, stems, and leaves, but those aren't the parts we eat. Cucumbers also make flowers. It's that special part of a flower that becomes the cucumber fruit. If we look inside a cucumber that's been cut, we can see its little seeds. Let's try one more. How about green peas? Fruit or vegetable? Believe it or not, peas are a fruit. Pea plants make flowers, and parts of these flowers become the fruit that we call a pea pod. If we eat the peas in the pod, we're actually just eating the pea seeds. Now, sometimes it's hard to tell what something is in the supermarket. Sometimes we grow fruits that don't have seeds, or have seeds that are too small to see. It can also be tricky to tell if something's a root, stem, or leaf. But it's always fun to see if you can guess what in your shopping cart is a fruit and what's a vegetable. Just make sure you eat plenty of both. Thanks for joining us on SciShow Kids. Do you have a question about a food you love or anything else? Then get help from a grown-up and let us know by leaving a comment down below or by sending us an email at kids@thescishow.com. And we'll see you next time.
So after watching that video, what part of the plant is a vegetable? Okay, so let's think about which part is a vegetable. Okay, we have the root, the stem, and the leaves. okay? So when you're thinking of the root, stem, and leaves, those are edible, and they are part of a vegetable. Now, if it comes from a flower, the flower itself will fall off and turn into a fruit. Okay, so if it has seeds and it came from a flower, it is a fruit. The rest of the edible plant is a vegetable. Okay, so that's the scientific way. Now, there's always going to be an argument whether some of these things like cucumbers and tomatoes and peas are vegetables or fruits. And technically, they can be both. There's a thing that's called a fruit vegetable just for that. So it can be both. It's always going to be an argument. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get into 4 different groups. So I'm going to put you with your groups in a second, and you're going to be going to seeing the difference between the types of fruits. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, over here, so you guys will see the brown paper bags. Okay, your group is going to feel inside them. Do not look inside them. So you're going to feel it. Feel if you can guess what type of fruit or vegetable are in each one of these bags, okay? And then once you figure it out, pull it out, okay? And you're like, oh, it's an onion, okay? So some of them might be a little different, might be a little squishy, okay? So you're going to feel inside the bags and guess what it is, okay? Now, I want you to pick one bag per group, okay? So when your group's up there, everybody sticks their hand in one bag and then guesses. That way then there's no cheating or getting confused or anything. Okay, so you're going to go through all the bags together as a group. Okay, this is one station. The other station is going to be planting your own flower. Well, no. The other station is going to be planting your own fruit or vegetable. So we have peas, carrots, and cucumbers. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to get a cup. You're going to put your name on it. Okay, after you put your name on it, you're going to pick out a dirt pod. Okay, so inside the dirt pod, there's little holes. That's where the seed's going to go. Okay, so take out your dirt pod. Okay, you guys see the hole there. All right, and then what you're going to do is you're going to pick your seed. So if you want to do a pea, okay, take the pea, just one seed, and you're going to stick it in and then push it down into the hole. Okay, so it's going to look like this. You want to push it down kind of far. Okay, so there we go. And after you have it in here like this, you're going to put it inside the cup. And then you're going to pour some water on it. Okay, you don't want to put too much water on it, but you're going to pour water right into the center. Okay, and then you have your plant. Really important that you take these home, that you're putting them in a windowsill, okay? So put them in a windowsill where they're going to get light, and keep checking to see if it needs water. And how you can tell is if you feel the dirt. If the dirt feels kind of dry, more water needs to be added, okay? If you're feeling it and it still feels wet, it can go another day. But you want to make sure you're checking it every single day. So you're going to leave these in the cups until the end of May, beginning of June, when you get to plant them in the ground. If you do it too early, the plants aren't going to be able to make it. Okay, so keep them in the cup inside where it's warm and they're getting sunlight and you're giving them water. Okay, it's going to grow. Okay, the dirt's going to get about the size of the cup, and then the plant's going to be growing outside of the cup, and that's okay. All right, so we're going to wait until May and June to be able to plant them in the ground. And if it starts having a little bit of the fruit or vegetable on there, that's okay. Just keep it in the cup until the end of May and beginning of June. Put it in the ground and keep taking care of it. Okay, so make sure you're watering it. If it doesn't rain for a few days, make sure it needs some water, okay? And then hopefully you'll have this summer a fruit or vegetable that you can try that you grew on your own. Okay, so that is one stage. So you have the paper bags, and then you also have the plants, okay? And then the other station in the back corner here is a game. There are two games, okay? You have one where you're going to match the word to the fruit, okay? So you have to find an orange. Find the orange, which is right here, okay? And put it on top of there. All right, so when you're done with this game, make sure you take the word back off for the next group. And over here, you have a whole stack of fruits and vegetables. So you're gonna say, what is a yam? Is that a vegetable or a fruit? And you're gonna put that on the side of the table that you think it is, a fruit or a vegetable, okay? Awesome. And lastly, you are going to be doing a exercise video. So it's kind of like the Would You Rathers. It's gonna show you a vegetable or a fruit. You're gonna pick which one it is, and you're gonna do the exercise of that, okay? So let's keep an eye on that real quick. I'll skip ahead to show you. So, a carrot. Is that a fruit or a vegetable? And then you're gonna do the exercise or a dance, whatever shows up. This one happens to be a Fortnite. Do that, and then it's gonna show you which one it is. Was it a fruit or a vegetable? Okay, so that is this.
Seems to follow like a shadow, dark and cold to the touch. Am I insane not to let go? Oh, go on, just do what you do. And it bleed for you, cry for you, oh, oh. Let me bleed. As I bleed for you, cry for you, oh, oh. Let me bleed.
Switch stations.
So beautiful.
All of the pain seems to follow, like a shadow, dark and cold to the touch. Am I insane not to let go? Oh, go on, just do what you do. And it hurts as I bleed for you, cry for you. Let me bleed as I bleed for you, cry for you. Let me bleed. Let me bleed. Let me.
Tired of hearing excuses you're making. Future is set, it is mine for the taking. Spending a lifetime living I've made up. I need to wake up. Holding my breath until you're gone. Anywhere that is far from you. You only wanted me to fail. Oh, I'm this way because of you. Fought every day to overcome despite you. Wake up. Wake up. Tired of hearing excuses you're making. Future is set, it is mine for the taking. Spending a lifetime living I've made up. I need to wake up.
Switch stations.
So beautiful.
follow, like a shadow dark and cold to the touch. Am I insane not to let go? Oh, go on, just do what you do. And it hurts as I bleed for you, cry for you. Let me bleed as I bleed for you, cry for you. Let me bleed. Let me bleed. Let me.
Tired of hearing excuses you're making. Future is set, it is mine for the taking. Spending a lifetime living I've made up. I need to wake up. Holding my breath until you go. Anywhere that is far from you. You only wanted me to fail. Oh, I'm this way because of you. Fall every day to overcome despite you. Wake up. Wake up. Tired of hearing excuses you're making. Future is set, it is mine for the taking. Spending a lifetime living I've made up. I need to wake up.
Switch stations.
So beautiful.
All of the pain seems to follow, like a shadow dark and cold to the touch. what you do, and it